Hey everyone, it's John here, the Carnivore Teacher. Today I want to talk about one of the biggest misconceptions about weight loss. You've probably heard people say, I lost weight because I pooped it out, or I sweated it out at the gym. Those sound good, but that's not where most of your fat goes. The surprising truth? We lose the vast majority of our body fat by breathing it out. Yes, breathing. Let's unpack this in a way that really makes sense. First, let's be clear about one thing. When you step on the scale and it's down a couple of pounds, sometimes that's because you've lost water weight or eliminated waste. Those are real shifts. Fecal matter and water can absolutely affect the number you see on the scale from one day to the next. But that doesn't mean you've lost actual fat. Fat loss is different. Fat loss is a long, slow biochemical process, and it doesn't happen in the toilet. So where does the fat actually go? Let's walk through it. Think of your stored body fat like a closet of energy your body saved for later. In that closet are triglyceride molecules, long strings of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms. When you burn that stored fat, your body has to break down those molecules for energy. And when it does, those atoms have to go somewhere. Here's the fascinating part. When you mobilize and burn those triglycerides, roughly 80 to 85% of the weight of those molecules leaves your body as carbon dioxide, the gas you exhale when you breathe. The rest, roughly 15 to 20%, leaves your body as water through urine, sweat, or vapor in your breath. That's right. Most of the actual weight of your body fat is lost as CO2 every time you exhale. So every breath you take is literally releasing tiny amounts of the stored fat you've burned. Think about that for a second. Fat loss is largely a respiratory process. All right, what about pee, poop, and sweat? Now, this doesn't mean waste doesn't matter. You can lose some weight from water shifts. When you reduce carbs, for example, you lose a lot of water stored with glycogen. Fecal matter can also account for fluctuations from day to day. But actual fat loss, the loss of the stored triglyceride molecules that make up belly fat, hip fat, thigh fat, that's almost entirely about breathing it out over time. So if you're looking at the scale and saying, I've had a big bowel movement, I lost a pound, you're looking at temporary weight loss, not the long-term burning of fat. The long-term loss of body fat occurs at a cellular and molecular level and is exhaled over days, weeks, and months. So here's the key takeaway. Fat loss is a process that happens every moment you're alive. You can't speed it up with sweat or trips to the bathroom. What you can do is create the right environment for it. A healthy, species-appropriate way of eating, like a carnivore or low-carb approach, regular activity, strength training, and quality sleep. Those are the levers that you can control. And then, just like breathing itself, the loss of fat becomes automatic when your metabolism is working as it should. So the next time someone tells you that you pooped out or sweat out your fat, you can smile and say, actually, most of it came out of my nose and mouth as CO2 when I exhaled. Fat loss is a breathing process. One more reminder that your body is an amazing, elegant machine when you treat it right. If you found this helpful, be sure to give it a like. Subscribe for more carnivore and nutrition tips. Share this video with someone who needs to understand how fat loss really works. And leave me some questions or comments, and I will get back to you. Thank you for watching. I'm John, the Carnivore Teacher, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.